Fans filing in, a fantastic day ahead as the Big Ten champion Trojans look to march on when they take on the confident freshman-led Michigan Wolverines. And the Wolverines feel like they have a solid chance here, but the lob inside goes to Kiki.
Touches inside to Iriafin. With no help on that backside, it's going to be tough.
Olsen to Swords in Trojan basketball. Talia von Oelhoffen calls her own number. They'll get another chance.
Well, that's something Michigan cannot afford to do, is give them multiple opportunities to score it.
Watkins barreling through the paint will leave it to Marshall. Smith stands her ground. They both go crashing.
Yeah, two freshmen challenging one another. Iron sharpening iron, if you will, on that.
Watkins, the hesitation. Holloway dishing it underneath. Soars, earns the three-point play.
Young, fearless freshman for the Michigan Wolverines. Holloway connects the dots down by the Wolverines.
Coach Gottlieb says we watch film on teams, you have to throw it out because JuJu will face something entirely different as the Wolverines stick with it. At this point, Hobbs trying to get out into that. Olsen skying in for the rebound, can't follow it up. One more try, and Swords lead.
But it was something.
Marshall back into the game, did not play in the quarterfinals due to illness. Here is Howell letting it fly and sinking a three, the first today.
Get that good shot up for the great shot from the outside.
Rabovskaya trying to use her size against Marshall.
Get some screening action going.
Howell will pull up from long two range, gets her miss right back. Such an energy giver for this Trojan team. In the corner, it is Smith for three. She's got it.
Good patience right there after that offensive rebound.
Swords, the final shot. It's it to fall at the buzzer. That's the kind of freshman moxie we expect here in Indianapolis.
Hey, listen, Silas Swords with the big dagger of a triple right there to head some nice momentum into the second quarter for the Michigan Wolverines. Maryland to just 6 points, and they only shot 23%, Maryland did, so the difference
side. The rest of the Wolverines not named Silas Swords, 3 of 12. Here's Iriafin trying to get her offense going on top. The high post, Iriafin puts it on the deck, uses her muscle to the rim.
Here's a horn set by Michigan with the elbow entry. They like to do this and get a double stagger away. Olsen rejected the double stagger.
Hobbs gets downhill, untouched to the rim.
The painted area. And Hobbs, the reliability of her presence has been great.
The steal and the finish by Olsen. The Wolverines rolling against the #1 seed.
Breeze of light to attack downhill and finish at the cup. And then look right here, Olivia Olsen, defender in there, multiple blocks this season.
Now 7 turnovers for the Trojans in this first half alone. Hobbs is going to put it up from 3 and drain it. 8 Michigan points off of those turnovers. Here's Watkins. Iriafin, second effort, barely touched the ground.
It's almost a walk. It's a knee-jerk reaction when I see that. It looks like she just dragged that toe.
Hobbs wants another, and she's got it!
They've got to take that away from USC for sure.
Samuels with this strip. She was about to be buried in the paint by Olivia Olsen. What a crafty play by an undersized player, and it leads to a 3.
Foul there. You can tell they put her right in the action where Holloway can get downhill on her.
Marshall steadies herself.
Ooh, lucky. And then on the other side, with that dime down inside to Marshall, a little body bump.
Come in for the Trojans. Rabovskaya with her 3 personals is into the game. Smooth.
The first week of the season, and hasn't let up at all. Speaks to who she is for Michigan today so far, and she's missed her last 5.
In the quarterfinals, 31 points, 10 rebounds. I mean, that will get her
maybe get her off the ball a little bit and get her coming off of those screens instead of being in the pick and roll actions with the ball.
Olivia Olsen
on Oelhoffen for USC. She only played 5 minutes. She was 0 for 1 from the floor, and she has 2 fouls, and that makes it tough as well. They need everyone on board.
Watkins gets them.
It's hard to get to the free throw line if you can't get into the paint.
3 seconds to shoot. Cam Schrader gets the mid-range.
talking to her before the game. I mean, she is always an encourager of hope.
Holloway lines up a three. She's got it.
They all have this stoic, competitive fire in their eyes right now, and USC is taking the full force of that.
Marshall Connington trying to shoot for the Wolverines. Silas Swords facing a lot of bodies. She'll try and get into the paint. Camp Schrader, the fake on Marshall, and gets
it high off the window for that deuce.
Bodies falling. Area Fenn kisses it off. Almost a steal, just out of the reach of Watkins. She's trying to catch up against Swords. Cuts off the angle, but Swords takes it up anyway. Watkins now up against Camp Schrader, will step through and finish for two.
The associate head coach in charge of defense reminding her team, we have got to pressure, make them uncomfortable.
Pitch back, crack back action, and she couldn't get it to go.
Area Fenn pounds her way in the 7-0 run for the Trojans. Olsen working her
USC team, the #1 overall seed in the Big Ten tournament.
Area Fenn cleans it up.
Kiki Area Fenn, she is a magnet to the basketball watcher. She's on the strong side and just jumps over the back right there. And that's why you have to have solid positioning on those free throws. You have the Ohio State can present to the Bruins. Lauren Betts with a huge double-double yesterday with those 28 points in. And then they're having her off the ball. Now let's see if we get touch. There she is.
Watkins strong along the baseline, but not.
And the documentary, she said her mom gets her hair properly created.
Area Fenn, count it! Doing work in the paint.
Foot by Kiki Area Fenn. Look at the entry pass right away, reverse pivot, and then bring it back through to the other side. And then she's like, count that. Yes, ma'am. That's grown woman work down in the painted area. Area Fenn, second chance points. And that has been a difference maker for sure.
Olsen finds a seam to the rim. Open.
You can tell she's playing through some pain here, guys.
Olsen drains the mid-range.
Hey man, you're down in the mud. You gotta fight for that 50-50 opportunity. All those rebounds.
Area Fenn.
Holidays. She's in the DMV.
Watkins surrounded, finds some space and drops it through. USC leading by 2.
There's JuJu Watkins, a rip and go. Look at all the confusion, all the defenders, and then she just...
Coach Gottlieb says, I do not take her for granted. Here's Samuels, gets to the rim and unleashes a roar.
That's the empty out by both players right there. Opens up an alleyway. And one right there.
Big Ten freshman team selection. Howell drains the three. Aired by Area Fenn, her 11th rebound. Up ahead to Howell. Count it!
It's only been about 2 minutes of action, but a 12-0 run because the pace of play has changed because of the defensive energy and attention to detail. Connection of the dots in transition. Howell gets that one to go.
Strong gathers up the rebound. Olsen now from long range. And the Wolverines fading. They've gone cold. Corals Daniels in the paint, gets it to drop at times
this year where she scored over 30.
Up ahead to Howell. Michigan not big. One of the coolest things to see is that relationship between Watkins and Miller. Here is Holloway on the fast break. And right there to clean it up on the lay-in is Silas Watkins in the passing lane. You see her length, tenacity, but she's bullied right there by Swords, who will take it all the way.
Most diminutive players on the court. Comes up with the big rebound.
Watkins bulldozing to the rim, plus the foul.
JuJu Watkins is a terror when she gets ahead of steam. Watch right here. You can see those first 2 dribbles gives her the momentum and traction to continue. to go. And then she's just so matter of fact afterwards, like, this is what I do.
Double, back-to-back double doubles. How did she get to the other sideline?
Got wheels.
That put in by Brooke Quarles-Daniels, 34. The hunt for a trophy sweep marches on. The Trojans in the Big Ten championship game.